Welcome to my top hits of 2020. Just so you guys know, this is a list of the top games I played this year. However, that doesn't mean that these games were necessarily released this year. Anyways, let's get started with some mentions. Up to you to decide if they're honorable or dishonorable. Among Us is a perfect game to introduce people to gaming. Congratulations! If you played Among Us on a phone, you are officially a gamer. This is a good mobile game. This is what a mobile game should be. This is not. Don't do this.
No, it's a fully fledged Diablo experience on mobile, which everybody will get to play.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have
Everyone's got a
phones,
phone.
right?
I played this game in its entirety last year and I was very disappointed. I figured I owed it another go, and I can safely say that after completing my New Game Plus run over a year later, this game is still a broken, buggy mess. There was potential in this game. It's sad to see how far it fell short of its ultimate goal. I cannot express how sad this game makes me. Yeah, more on this coming in a future video. 2020 was a game that I didn't know was coming out, and then everyone was playing it. It was probably the most realistic battle royale I've ever played, though it was also pretty long. And I didn't like how it only had one difficulty. But I especially enjoyed the Zoom DLC. Watching my professors try to figure out how to use a computer was very funny to me. I'm looking forward to playing the sequel 2021. I've heard it's already out. I guess this small indie game called Minecraft was a thing again? It's pretty good until you get blown up by a creeper. Cyberpunk 2077. I didn't get to play this game, so I'm glad it took the time to be so buggy and not a real game, because I could not get my hands on a 3080 to build my first true gaming PC.
And this is where I'd put a
3080.
if I had one!
I'm looking forward to trying out this game when all the bugs have finally been fixed, and I get a 3080 in the year 2077.
Dinkelberg!
Okay, big boy time. Here we go. Call of Duty Cold Warfare Modern Ops Zone is a game. I once did very poorly in a multiplayer match and got told to get good by a literal 12-year-old. I love the people who play this game. The Warzone gunplay sandbox was good sometimes until a new patch was dropped and then everything was usually broken before it was fixed way later than it should have been. I also think the DMR-14 and MAC-10 are especially bad guns that need to be buffed immediately. Also, there were never any hackers ever. That being said, throughout the summer I played a lot of this game with my friends, and it's probably one of the most satisfying games to win. Which is great because I don't have any more room on my Xbox for other games. Into the Breach was a fun strategy game I played instead of paying attention to Zoom lectures. Its premise is so simple, defeat the bugs, and yet the strategy can be so complex. I love it. I do not like CSGO. I am bad at that game. Valorant, on the other hand, I'm less than average at. The map design is simple but effective, except Icebox. Icebox can suck my ass 3000. Each character's abilities are unique and interesting. I think the best part of this game is how high the skill cap is on some of the characters. It encourages toying with abilities and team comps, always in the pursuit of that perfect strategy. It's been said over and over again, but it really is Overwatch meets CSGO, and I am a fan. My favorite characters are Reyna and Sage. When I do well, it's a fantastic feeling until I get opped in the face the next round 10 seconds in. But even on my bad nights, I still have a fun time. It's a great way to spend an evening with your friends. Celeste was a game that I enjoyed very much. The levels are fluid and beautiful. The character sprites are adorable and full of personality. I don't usually like reading text in games, but I found myself exhausting everything anyone had to say, and carefully reviewing each bit. The platforming is neat and tidy. The controls are as precise as this genre demands. They did not cut any corners with this one. This game will definitely go down as one of my favorite 2D platformers of all time. Pory and the Will of the Wisps is a fantastic Metroidvania style game. Even though I did not play the first one, I fell in love with the little sprite. Its movement is fluid and fantastic. I had some issues graphics wise towards the end of the game, but other than that I had no complaints. The story was simple and well told. This game's ending was spectacular. Speaking of fluid movement, Doom Eternal proves that Bethesda isn't completely stupid. It's simple. Doom is Zoom, and Zoom go boom. I did not mind the platforming sections, though I definitely preferred running around murdering the hordes of demons. Don't get me wrong, this game kicked me up and down the stairs, but nothing is more satisfying than finally clearing that level. And then, it unapologetically tells you what you missed so you can go back and do it again. And maybe this time you'll be less of a wuss. Still waiting on the official soundtrack to release though. Bethesda, please give me more of this. Not this. This is bad. Link's Awakening is a Legend of Zelda game. Chef approves. Enough said. I love XCOM 2. I've played through it several times, so when I heard there was a new XCOM game coming out, I was very excited. And I'm pleased with their new project. They deviated from their core gameplay a bit, but it works just as well. I think having predefined characters with some good voice acting really works. I enjoy the narrative's use of squad members as real characters instead of silent stand-ins. The person-by-person turn system is also fun and introduces some new elements of strategy, trying to figure out which enemies can be killed before it's their turn, or how to manipulate the timeline to maximize the impact my squad can have early on. However, why do the Guardians always have to immediately raise the shields of every enemy? I can never kill them fast enough, and then everyone has 8+ health while my guns do 3 to 4 damage and miss 80% chance to hit shots. Gotta love XCOM. Never change. Hollow Knight is so good that once my $1 Game Pass subscription ran out, I bought this game on my computer to play it again. It's Dark Souls but 2D and I'm all for it. I cannot wait for Silksong. Hades is my game of the year. It's perfect. I was hesitant to buy this game at first, but I'm so glad that I did. Every run feels like the one where you'll go all the way. You're stacking up boons and upgrades on top of each other trying to make a build that complements your playstyle and weapon of choice, cruising through the enemies while the soundtrack pumps you up and keeps you going. But then it isn't.
Another challenger destroyed.
But then you go back to the House of Hades and get some more story, so it's okay. And then it's time to try again. Every time I open this game, I get sucked in for hours until I think to myself, okay, this will be the last run. And then it's 4 AM and I think, okay, maybe I should stop. But one more run first. Everything about this game is amazing. The characters pop and have personality, the levels are beautiful. Don't even get me started on the voice acting. The voice acting in this game is incredible. Darren Korb does an especially phenomenal job as Zagreus.
Hey, look at what I got out there, Achilles, sir. A vintage bottle of ambrosia plucked straight from Elysium. I hear this stuff is very good, but can't even open it. I've no idea what to do with it right now.
I've grown to like AAA games less and less while preferring indie games more and more for exactly this reason. Supergiant, the minds behind another great game, Transistor, is definitely a company to keep an eye on. I'm looking forward to their next project.